Okay, here it is. Final game is coming in soon over here. Hey Sir Goldeye, Merry Christmas to you as well and to everyone else who is around. I haven't added the score, but I'm gonna do it right now. So it is even score. We have a final game over here in the Masters of Socotra show match by John Slow. Right side is Rubenstock in Berbers in blue. Left side is going to be Licks as Lithuanians in red. We are going to have, as I said, a huge boost to your early eco by the extra food. Gives you a lot of opportunities like a faster feudal for scouts, or potentially a drush could be something that Licks considers over here. Berbers, I have no idea about this for Rubenstock. The Voyagers are moving faster, and that early loom actually makes me believe that Rubenstock wants to do some heavy laming over here with the Voyager. And this is why you pick Berbers, because this was going to move faster than normal Voyager, and I think he's going for the berries. I'm fairly certain that he wants to lame the berries here. I don't think he can actually lame the huntables and the elephant in time, so I guess he's playing for food denial. He's actually trying to deny food, and that's actually a good plan on this map, because there's quite a lot of gold and stone on this map, like 2 deposits for each player, from stone and 3 from gold. That should be enough to make sure that it's not something that can all be lamed, but you only have 1 berry patch, so it is perfectly fine for Rubenstock if he actually plays for the food denial, and that's exactly what he's playing for. Licks is going to notice the scout, but that's just a distraction, I believe. I think Rubenstock is intentionally distracting the scout here from Licks, because this way he can make sure that the laming is successful. Now the Voyager is being pulled from Rubenstock to try and take this fight. Licks, I guess, is going to see that this Voyager has loom and a lame. Here comes a Voyager lame. As I said, the AoE zone post didn't actually have any specifications on laming rules. Rubenstock is gonna go full aggressive if you can actually steal an elephant like that. And in the meanwhile, lame the berries as well. That's like jackpot. Licks trying to stop this as best as he can. Ruben even sent out a second Voyager in case this one gets killed. And that's 2 elephants for Rubenstock, none for Licks. Licks is gonna be left with 3 deer to push in, and he's gonna be a very, very unhappy person when he sees these berries being lamed as well. Rubenstock actually timed his laming to the best time, and look at this, I mean, he's making his meal here, but this is gonna be horribly inefficient. And in the meanwhile, Rubenstock with Berbers, I wonder what the plan is now for him. He didn't push in 3 of his deer, and he only has 2 Voyagers on Woodon, still trying to get some more walling in. No way. When did these guys get killed? Oh, I thought that this Voyager was just because he wanted to make sure the elephant gets in. But Ruben is actually doing some more laming. He even killed the deer in the middle of nowhere. Now was in the wood line of Licks. Ruben, the ultimate lamer. Now, we have seen some crazy things in this show match, but not gonna lie, this is like top level laming that we are seeing here from Rubenstock. I mean, what can Licks even do in this scenario? Just Alt F4. He's got like no food. The best thing he could do is pull all these walls that take the food from these deer before they rot. That's the best thing he can do. And also now Rubenstock could make a barracks and go for some militias, so he can actually take a good fight. There is 1 Voyager lost from Rubenstock, so I guess there is a positive into this for Licks. But, I mean, come on. And the only reason why Rubenstock isn't doing this with stone walls is because Rubenstock doesn't have access to stone walls in age 1. He's going to take revenge. For the Voyager killed, Licks is gonna delete the mill so he can take this fight. Licks deletes the mill so he can actually take the Voyager fight over here. Rubenstock is just gonna respond by fully walling in the berries over here. I feel like Licks might be very, very tilted in this one. But even if he isn't, I mean, this should be a game for Rubenstock. I mean, Rubenstock actually has an economy. Licks, not so much, to be honest. And like this Voyager could try going in and, you know, rolling in some more resources like golds and whatnot. Is Rubenstock gonna mail this? I think he will mail this. Yeah, Rubenstock could actually mill this one. He's got wood for that. Oh man. Oh man. It seems like this tournament is going to be a bad idea. No, 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 no. This is gonna be an ultimate clown tournament. I mean, now this is gonna be a trap over here.
It's a trap!
For that Voyager. But, not gonna lie, Johnslow is an arena player, likes to host clown events. This would also be a very, very clown-esque event over here. This would be like an absolute beauty for MBL to play, for example. I would love to say like an MBL versus Rubenstock. Or even an MBL versus Lix series on this MBL Lix. Did Rubenstock claim that farm? I think he did. What he did was make Lix go back to the TC with the Vil, and then he actually jumped on the farm and then deleted it. Because if the farm is unmanned, you can actually take the farm for yourself with the Voyager and then delete it. And this actually happened in like 1 second. I was like, how did that farm disappear? But that's how it happened. The Voyager comes in, lands a hit on the other low HP Vil. The low HP Vil has to run, so it doesn't die. And if it's running, it is actually tasked away from the farm. This means that Rubenstock can steal the farm with his own Vil and then delete it. Oh man. This is like ultimate Omega laming. Over here. I mean, this is so hard because I think I want to upload this series to as an entire series to YouTube. However, this game might actually go as a completely unique super highlight game. Because this one is something special. That being said, there is a Barax from Lix and somehow he finds his way up to Feudal Age here. Rubenstock just casually, you know, voting in these resources as well. Just like what you would expect from him. And Lix, he doesn't really have gold for men-at-arms. So it might be something like Spear and Skirm and Tower with Lithuanians. Because the resources are looking decent for that. And with Lithuanians, that's a reasonable thing to do. At least winning a resource should be banned. What is the fun in that though? I feel like this tournament is actually built on being crazy. So yeah, this is always gonna look like this. But there is a reason. And the reason why they want to host this tournament is because this is always gonna be this chaotic and this messy. And in a weird way, this is actually enjoyable for many, many people. And it's something that can more or less be classified as entertaining. Anyways, is Lix gonna find his way back into this game? Because one thing we're actually forgetting over here is that Rubenstock has 1 Voyager on food. Lix has 7. Yes, Lix isn't having an amazing eco. But he's 1 Voyager ahead, he's got double bit axe and he's got 7 on food. Ruben's got 6 on food, no double bit axe, and no army. Is Lix going to punish Rubenstock for all this flaming? Yeah, absolutely. This is the literal definition of amazing to watch, awful to play type of game. Like I would probably lose my mind if I had to play this. It's just probably so frustrating. But on the other hand, this is like super satisfying to watch. Because it's so crazy and so messy. Anyways, it appears that Ruben is gonna stop that tower for time being. 1 Voyager is down from Lix. Rubenstock is 995 score only. Only 2 on food for Ruben. He isn't able to produce Voyagers here. He just isn't able to. 27-27, but Ruben isn't gonna make a lot of vills anytime soon. He's got 20 food in the bank. And there is gonna be Voyagers dying at some point eventually, and as bad as Lix's eco looked at the beginning, he's coming back into this one. He's coming back into this one. Oh boy, Lix. The hero of 2v2 World Cup. Now, apparently the master of Socotra as well, because this is looking good for him. I mean, Rubenstock is still in this game, but Lick seems to have a pretty significant momentum right now, something that he could ride until the end over here, and it looks like this current might actually be able to pick off a Vulture over here if Ruben is not paying attention. Fletching on the way for Licks. The problem with this Skirm and Spear play is that they aren't amazing at killing Vultures. Both Skirms and Spears are actually pretty potato killing Vills. They're a nice auxiliary unit when you have some Vultures around like this, but they are alone just not enough, and I feel like Licks is gonna get a tower up here. Licks has 149 stone, and he goes for food eco actually. He's going to wall that tower in, and he's trying to deny this part of the food eco. Over here, also tries to get a good surround on the wood line. Meanwhile, I think he still hasn't broken through here. So he's just making a new wood line, and these Vultures are actually walled in here. Oh man, this is an absolute chaos. But it is what it is. Ruben's gonna have to wall his Vulture in here, but that is gonna be a Vulture that's trying to run for his life. Skirmisher slowly killing that man over there. And let's see if Lix is gonna trap this guy in there. Lix could technically do it, but I think he's busy microing his stuff over here as he apparently reaches the wood line. This Vulture is going to sacrifice himself, trying to trap those two skirmishers. Not sure if that was worth it or not. Tower is still standing, and these forces are still not completely trapped. Vulture count is still pretty much even, but Rubenstock is 1 on wood, 4 on food, 1 on gold, and 6 on stone. Not the eco balance that you wish for yourself in a competitive Age of Empires 2 game. And apparently we're gonna have a tower coming up here from Rubenstock. Lix is going to deny that, but it's going to cost a few Vulture lives over here for Lix. And in terms of Vulture versus Vulture fights, I feel like Lix is taking much worse battles, but he at least has some skirms and spears on the field, so they're slowly killing Vultures using those, and that kind of evens things out. Another Vulture goes down over here. This 1 HP is going to be safe for now, but Lix's eco is looking a lot better, and it's 12 on food compared to 7. Double bit axe is there as well for Lix, and once again we could actually come in here for a comeback, which would be a huge achievement for Lix, not gonna lie. He lost 3 deer to Vulture Lame. He lost an elephant, he lost his berries. It's like an awful lot of damage that Rubenstock caused with the laming, yet Lix actually delivers here with the Lithuanians. Skirms looking strong over here. We have some fighting over here. This guy apparently doesn't really want to get friend zoned, so he is just chasing down that woman over there. Honestly, at this point, Lix wants to drop a house here and trap that Vulture, or here. Meanwhile, casual skirmishers being walled in here by other Vultures. Just the frequent sights that you see on Socotra. Vultures walling units left and right. And, well, two Spearmen trying to poke down that mill. That's gonna take some time until that actually happens. This Vulture is still alive over here. Rubenstock 9 on food now, so he's getting back on track for the time being. Very heavy on gold and stone. I assume he's gonna try buying himself up. Here comes the market indeed. And just go up to Castle Age, get some knights out. But I feel like Lix has different plans. Lix is pulling quite a lot of villas. That's a huge amount of villas. Is he gonna try and take a Vulture fight over here? Because this is way too much for towering. And it looks like Rubenstock knows what's up. Indeed, here come the Vultures trying to knock down that gate. The gate goes down, and numbers advantage is actually there for Lix. Rubenstock is gonna have to pull more villas to this one, but there are some skirms with touching and +1 defense. A Lix Spearman with no upgrades. But there are quite a lot of skirms, and Rubenstock, I feel like he's close to losing here. He is close to losing this one, because the first tower goes down, and well, actually quite a lot of Vultures from Rubenstock have a relatively low HP. So Vultures are starting to die left and right, and remember, Rubenstock doesn't have the food eco to make vills. Lix does. Lix has 9 on food, which is not amazing, but good enough. And he's 38 to 31 in terms of a Vulture count. And I feel like the Vultures from Rubenstock are just going down slowly. And Lix, what a comeback he has done. What a comeback he has done. This will definitely go as a separate game to YouTube, but the entire series will probably hit it by early next week, because this one was a treat to the eye. Absolutely amazing. It's very crazy. So, in case Jon Snow is able to get the prize pool for Master of Socotra, this is exactly what you're going to see in an entire tournament. And it's gonna be hilarious, I can tell you this much. A lot of those villagers are very low HP. Look at that. Many of them are pretty much one volley from those skirms. And the skirms even have a movement bonus, even though the Berber villas also do possess a movement bonus. So it's tricky. The market is still not up for Rubenstock. And what is he gonna do with that market now? I mean, he's just losing all the villas. All the villas are going down for Rubenstock. These are pretty much doubt towers here, pulling all the villagers to get them up. But, well, eventually they go up. But they cost everything over here for Rubenstock. He's down to 20 villas. And what a comeback from Lix. Huge comeback here. It's 28-0 in terms of military numbers. And even though skirmishers don't actually do a lot of damage to villas, I mean, it's still like 20-ish skirmishers on those. And another tower from Lix. He just wants to finish this game over here. Rubenstock has 2 on wood and 1 on food. 0 on food now. Ruben trying to pull the villagers to the other side. Skirms will dive straight past the TC over here. But there is enough skirms for Lix to just fight this one. Rubenstock taps out, and Rubenstock comes back in a game where he got lamed to absolute destruction. Oh boy. What have we just experienced? Lix 3-2ing Rubenstock over here on Socotra. What a series! It was a kind of short series, to be honest, around 2 hours-ish, but boy, this was entertaining. Let's take a quick look at the stats here, and well, basically the KD is even, but I mean, Lix was killing villagers with skirms, and that's always going to be a more efficient than just, you know, losing your villas. And you can see that Rubenstock was trying to fight this with villas, but when your opponent has like 25 army, even if it's just skirms and you have 0, you aren't really supposed to win a game. And with that, the Masters of Socotra show match has ended. Lix winning 3-2 against Rubenstock over here. Once again, shout out to Jon Snow for hosting this event, as he's planning to host an entire tournament based on this. So check him out on Twitch in case you're interested in his work. And yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, I guess thanks for watching.